Hello everyone, welcome to the Devil's Classroom. We are officially about to start, so all students grab a seat and sit down. Okay, so today we are going to learn how to do basic sculpting inside Zbrush. So today we are going to learn how to create or how to do simple sculpting inside Zbrush, where we are going to create a simple like a simple blockout of a skull. As you can see here on the screen, I have gathered some references. I'm using PureRef. It is a free tool that anyone can use and download. I will say it is very useful and handy. You can add in as many images and references you want inside without any problem, and it also gives you a really good quality. Even the better the quality of the images, the better you will be able to see. So I have gathered some references here. You can see it. I have some like proper anatomy type of with all these names, but we don't really have to remember the names. We artists, we only have to learn how the shape looks like. But if we know the name, I think it's a plus point, but I don't really remember. And it has also been a while since I last practiced doing a skull, so my skills might be a little rough, but let's see. So we are going to start now. I recommend downloading various different types of good high quality references, and also as you can see here in this image, the skull of a male and female is quite different. These are just few things that brings character to your model or to any character that you are doing. Uh, Here you can see the female has a lot more of a smoother lines. Here you can see it is a lot more smoother and rounded, but in the male skull you can see the shape is a lot more sharp and a lot more geometrical, and the chin area is also a lot more wider. And you can also see here in the cheekbone area it is a lot more different. Here in the eyes, more like the eyebrows, they are quite different. So that is the reason why how some women can look quite or they have quite masculine features. It is because of the bone structure. Some female naturally have strong lines in the skull, and some men also have softer lines. That is the reason why some men look slightly feminine and some women can look slightly masculine. So there is slight difference between our skulls. And I have also gathered in here uh, different skulls of different ethnicity. You can see slight changes here, but we won't really go that complex. As you can see, I have some very basic block out of a skull, just some basic shapes. You can see very basic block out. So that is what we are going to do. We are not going to create this super high detailed one. We are just going to learn how to do simple block out and practice simple sculpting within Zbrush. So let's do it. I will keep this reference open here. So let's go to our light box, and then I will take this one here. This one has very low poly, so it is easier to manipulate. There is basic material. Let's just leave it to that, the basic material. We can also change the light like this. This is leave it like this. You can see here in our subtool, we can see how many subtools we have. I'll just close this for now because we don't really need it. So I'm also going to turn off perspective for now, so it will be a lot easier for us to understand the shape. So we are going to first create a very simple silhouette of this skull. And you can also see here the silhouette. It will be a lot easier for us to read it. What we can do now is we are going to use the move brush first. It is V, B, M, V. It is the move brush. Here you can see the icon. What we are going to do is our skull is not super round. Here you can see in the reference it is slightly flat on the side. We are going to slightly flatten it on the side. It's okay, don't worry. We can easily fix it if it doesn't look good. So now what we are going to do is we are going to pull it out and create a very simple helmet shape, kind of like this, like this. So just a very simple one. So don't worry if it doesn't look that good in the beginning. And we just want to create a very simple helmet looking structure. Okay, the skull is also slightly flat from the top here. As you can see, the skull is a lot more flatter. It's not super round. Slightly it goes flat. So it is slightly flat. I'll push it down from here a little bit. We can fix all of this later. Just basic silhouette. Just pull it out a little bit. The skull here is a lot more rounder here, as you can see in the reference. Slightly rounder. Let's pull it out a little bit more. Let's pull our chin a little bit higher. A basic, just a simple shape. So just pull it out really nicely. Just very simple silhouette. You can see here it is starting to look decent. You know, it more looks like a bean, but it will become a skull later. So we will decrease the brush size and we will create this. This is the lower jaw. This is also known as mandible, I guess. Let's see. Yep, mandible. The resolution is not that good, so we can't really see the text. But we're going to pull this out slightly. Okay, now it is already taking the shape of a skull. Here you can see it's like it is starting to look like a skull. So simply just pull it. If we learn how to create very simple forms and structure inside Zbrush, it is going to help us a lot. In the future, we will be able to create very complex looking shapes also. So our main focus right now should be on creating good shapes, which will become the foundation of our model in the future. Okay, this looks weird. Let's just push it a little bit. We can easily manipulate it inside Zbrush. This is the reason why I like using Zbrush so much. We can easily like destroy it, just create anything we want to. It is very comfortable to make bigger changes, I would say, inside Zbrush. Let's give it nice shape. Okay, starting to look nice. It is okay if it doesn't look that perfect from the beginning. We will slowly improve with time. Okay, starting to look decent. As you can see, when we fixed it from the side, now our front looks very weird, right? So this is the main reason why we as 3D artists, we have to focus in every direction, from the side, from the front, from the perspective. The top looks so weird, right? So we have to focus from all different angles. So what we are going to do now is just pull it. As you can see, the shape here is slightly diagonal and goes slightly straighter in the chin. So we will try to mimic that. Let's go in. Now we'll push this area a lot more inside. Okay, starting to take shape now. Just all we did is make very little changes. As you can see, it was like this. We just pushed it slightly inside and starting to look like this now. what we can do is push this slightly. As you can see, there is this dent above our eye or eye socket. Wait, I will use the dam standard brush BBS. This is the dam standard brush. Brush. So most of the brushes that we usually use inside Zbrush are the move brush that we use to give this shape. We only use move brush. If you notice, from the beginning we only pulled the shape and we created this. And the jam stranded brush, it actually helps us to create sharp changes like this. Sharp shapes like this. So we are going to use it, and you can see here to create that basic shape. Just slightly rounded right for now. Just enough for us to be able to understand. Okay. It is looking decent. For now, it is okay. We also have to create a ear hole here. So this is our bone, right? Our lower jaw, and slightly at the side, this will be our ear canal. This is where our ear attaches like this. Kind of like this. It attaches here. So our ear is never in the center. There are some people who make it in the center. That is why it looks slightly off. You can also see here, this is the center line. The ear is on the side. So if this is the center line, right, this is where our ear should be. So don't make it here. It will look very awkward and unnatural, I would say. So we'll just make a small hole here. And you can see in this image, there is this long shape, right, slightly that comes outward, a little bit further to our ear hole. So we are going to do that. BMB. Slightly pull a simple shape. We don't have to make it look perfect. Just pull it to kind of give it that feel of it being there. Just a little bit will be fine. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, now our skull is looking a lot better now, right, than before. As you can see in this silhouette here, our shape is starting to look nice. So if you look at this, you can tell it is a skull. Just small, make it small.